Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly bard today because Bard Master? That ain't right. Anyway, Troubadour, I guess. Today, we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing our Talsorian's outstanding The Witcher fantasy RPG. And our campaign is called The Season of Ravens, at least for this arc of the campaign. And with me today are the stars of our The Witcher RPG campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who are you playing? First up, we've got James.
Right, I'm Selena, the 13-year-old sneaky thief who's just wondering just what trouble the old men have got her into.
Oh, yes. And next up is Sean.
Hey, I'm playing Werzium, the Witcher from the Viper School.
Nice. Next up is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Sindith. He is an elf mage.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Robert.
I'm Robert, and I'm playing Gravik Osram. He's a dwarf doctor from Cadwin.
Nice. All right, guys. So Selena was unable to join last week because she was on vacation. What happened last time?
Big plan that probably will blow up in our face about 2 seconds into it. I think it may have already done so.
Let's move us over to here. We go. All right. So there was some planning with respect to the.
So we did a lot of what do you call it? Researching. So we discovered that it was likely the creature that was attacking the village and taking off the cows and things. Initially, we thought it might have been a giant raptor of some sort. Turns out it's probably a griffin, but an unusual griffin. Mm-hmm. Right, Sean? Is that right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't think it can shriek like a banshee. But then again, maybe it never needed to. Cows may not be that difficult to get.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent a lot of time planning about what to do to handle it. We discovered that Werzium wasn't big on coming up with alternative plans back in the day with his master. It was like, what are you going to do? And he was like, but we came up with a plan. It was to effectively drop a net or set up a trap to basically catch the griffin when it landed on the cow or the cow meat. And then we would have a trench nearby with a little footstool in the trench for the doctor. When the net sprang, we were basically going to charge out and hit it with everything we had. I think that was the gist of the plan. And then I'm not going to remember any of the names for these guys, but while the doctor was out looking for some alchemical substances or ingredients, he noticed a group of people going towards the village, and they turned out to be, I don't recall their names, Kev, but they...
You got a handout to help you with your...
Oh, we did have a handout, okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, my stuff was like, Creve.
The Knights of Creve.
Yep. And there's at least a possibility, if not a strong possibility, that they don't like non-humans. So that's sort of where we left it, with the doctor running back and telling everybody that the Knights of Creve were entering the village.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where...
Did I miss anything?
No. I'm just trying to see if I...
Okay. No, I was asking the other folks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Yep.
Pretty close to what I remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then... I thought we had... here they are. Yeah, 3 men-at-arms. I had tokens for them. I didn't remember how many others. So there was one guy dressed all in armor, and he was clearly a knight, and he had the sigil, the quasi-runic sigils of 2 lightning bolts going down parallel to one another. That is the markings of Creve, a god of the north whose followers are not always terribly welcoming of non-humans. So I think that was what Dr. Greyback, where we last left things, was Dr. Greyback running up into the hills to the ambush site where Werzium and Sindaith had sort of set things up and informing them of that. So we can assume that Selena is with everyone waiting for ambush. Dr. Greyback has recovered the goods that he was, or the herbs that he was looking for that day. And let's pick up from there. Will or Sean, anything to add for the summary?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. Then, remember, everyone's luck has refreshed for today?
Oh, yes. Great.
And
I think Dr. Greyback had just suggested jokingly that the easiest way to find out would be for him to walk in and say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And unfortunately, Werzium took him at his word and said, "Okay, good."
What did I do? I can't remember.
No, you just said, "Oh, good. Then go do it, doctor." Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did someone make let's hear an education roll? Yes. Okay. So Sindaith, you're aware. You were the one who were aware of this specific order. It's the Knights of the Forefather. That's the order, the markings that and the coloring of this the tabard that the one knight was wearing, which confirmed they're knights of kind of like paladins of Creve, and you're fairly certain that's the order that the Duke's now dead brother was a member of. As you may recall, he went off on crusade in Redania. What do you guys? I guess first off, James, any questions about where we find ourselves?
Good.
Okay.
No.
Then, you guys are standing in the woods. You know that the griffin seems to hunt at night. It is nearing end of day. It's not, in threat of it being dark anytime soon, but the mountains' shadows are cast by the setting sun pretty early in the day, just by virtue of the height of them. So you probably are standing in a fairly shadowed wood at this point on the far side of the river. You may remember that the layout for Midway Village is that it's on one side there's a little river with a bridge going across it, and then on the far side is the woods where the original ambush spot was set by the hunter of their village, and where you guys have chosen to set your ambush. So, what happens next, guys?
Let's see. So the Knights of Creve had gone by, is that right? But we had not interacted?
Only Dr. Greyback has seen them. Dr. Greyback was in the field when they arrived and he hid. They rode into town.
I see.
And there's 1 knight and 3 men-at-arms.
Mm.
Do we recall if the village said that they had asked for help from anyone else, or?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pretty isolated too. I mean, they were not aware of the other village being decimated.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I mean, we could. I don't know how much that we should do about the knights of these new arrivals, or whether it affects any of our plans.
Should we have Selena? Selena, would you be up for a little bit of observing and sleuthing?
Yeah, sure.
To find, does that seem like a reasonable idea, just to make sure they don't throw a wrench into our plans, or?
I mean, we'd all have to. In that case, then we should probably all go back to How far away are we from the?
You're maybe like half an hour, a little longer.
What time of day is it?
Again, it's nearing the end of day. It's the sun is not setting just yet, but the sun, when it gets even remotely lower in the sky, the shadows are cast by the mountains.
Okay. So we think maybe we do our thing and then we go back tomorrow. A little.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine whether it makes any sense to figure out the arrivals before our little adventure.
I will tell you, you were doing construction on this today, so I'm assuming you do not have a cow with you, which was what the bait was, or at least, I mean, unless, hey, Selena, there is one other part of the plan we forgot to tell you.
That's true. I guess we have to go back for the cow. I guess we go back and find out what they're here for.
Yeah.
Maybe that tips the scale.
Yeah.
All right, let's head back then. And
okay. Sure. Now there is. Hold on, you have been. Well, I'm assuming you're going to catch your breath before you head back in. I was just deciding whether you would lose any stamina before heading in. But I think if you catch your breath, you'll be able to go back in. And there isn't really like a long-term stamina loss mechanic in the game, which is good for you guys, bad for pedantic DMs. I want there to be like a Conan thing that pushes down your maximum. So you guys, and are you just like walking, getting out of the forest, making your way back to the road, and then just walking in from the north, the way as if you own the place, as it were?
Yeah, I can't imagine really sneaking in. Anyone else?
I think I'll follow you. You lot can blunder down the street. I'll dart from shadows to shadows in the background.
Suit yourself.
I'll be right behind you if it all goes south.
Mm-hmm.
Selena's giving me the continuity between character, as progressively
about 35
wiped out by the
meters
world.
Yeah. Gravik suggests, especially given that some of the town showed, obviously, a lot of people show prejudice against dwarves and elves and whatnot in this thing, but he suggests before Worsham just leads them down the thing and says, why don't we have Selena go in first and just see if she can maybe find something and report back. We don't have to sit out there tonight. And I'm gathering that this new group may disrupt our plans anyway. So maybe we should find out if they're talking to the people that we need to talk to get the cow and everything else before we go barging in. Yeah.
Okay,
that's fine with me.
So as you guys are making your way back, you can see that from the fields around Midway Village, they're all, shepherding the cows in, or herding the cows in, I suppose. And some of them will probably, seeing you guys come in, are kind of like, they wave at you guys coming in. Wurzim has become a bit of a folk hero here now, that he's dealing with their griffin threat. I always like it when you're doing something for them. Wait till something goes wrong. So, as you guys make your way into the village, one of the things you may recall from your first meeting with the people inside Midway is there was that big tree in there that had a bunch of, it looked like adornments or ribbons or something around it, almost like it was prepared for some kind of festival. And what you can see is that's at the sort of the down this crooked, path that's now sort of filled with cattle. But what you can see is that knight down there gesturing at the tree and talking to some of the people, some of the townsfolk, including the headman that you had been talking to, whose name is... Did we give a name to him?
I think you must have. Let's see.
Does sound like something I would do.
Because we've known him for a while now. So
yeah.
I think Not Nicholas, is it?
Is it Nicholas? Could be, yeah.
I've got that written down.
Oh, it is Nicholas. Yeah, I've got it down here.
Okay, good.
Let me rephrase that. I have something that has an N, and then there are a bunch of words after it that are letters that I have no idea what they are. But it could be seen in the right light as Nicholas. So let's assume that that's the case. All right, so Nicholas is in there, and he, as he's talking to him, you can see the men-at-arms are still standing by him. They seem less, amused by whatever's going on. Would each of you guys kindly give us a, what is it? Is it human empathy?
Yeah. Human
perception?
Human perception, please. Very curiously named skill.
character sheet.
You know, like 80s sci-fi, where they mispronounce the word human. It feels like that is appropriate. It's human. Do your human perception.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Hey, look at that, guys. Holy smokes. Worzium, not great. I think you just, immediately you see this guy, you're just like, I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
This fucking son of a bitch.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight at some point.
Yeah, so you can feel I think Selena, you're lower, and actually Dr. Grayback as well too. You can hear the creak of his the leather in his gloves as he's just flexing him, getting ready for a fight. Sindaith and Selena, however, you get a much better read of this, and honestly, you would think that this is almost like friendly neighbors chatting, the way that the two of them seem to be interacting. Selena in particular, actually no, both of you guys would have been, you have been around human nobility before, and or elven nobility in the case of Sindaith. Elven nobility less so because of, the fucking horrors that have befallen your people. But Selena, you've been around nobility, and it attracts and gives justification for so much treating other people like shit that often those with even the smallest step above another on a hierarchy will happily treat anything beneath as servants. And that maybe is, I'm not sure how anti nobility you are, Worzium, but for whatever reason I'll leave it to you to decide you don't like the cut of this guy's jib. But Selena, what you can recognize is that this is a knight talking to someone else as an equal, which is something unusual for the nobility. So, Sindaith, you likewise would recognize this. This is not someone who is talking down their nose at someone who is expecting them to follow things. So it is someone having a conversation with someone and expressing genuine interest. So, Worzium, however, this fucking guy.
This guy.
So, what do you guys do?
Was the idea to have Selena look into it, see if you could catch wind of what they're discussing? Probably hunting witchers.
No one is making any effort to conceal themselves, I take it.
And well, I was originally, but now I can see that things aren't too bizarre. I'll join the group.
Okay.
And I guess I can.
I think Nicholas then looks over, sees, as he's talking, he happens to notice that you guys are coming in, and his eyes sort of get wide, and he gestures like, "Come over, come over." Where is he?
So you did say though that Gravik is kind of noticing Worzium's reactions.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Worzium, you may think they're with a roll that bad, I think that you may misinterpret it as him thinking that there is like a lifelong enemy that he just saw. I'm not saying you think that he's an enemy, Worzium. I think that you just got like the absolute worst read on this fellow that you could have.
Yep.
And just from past experience with Worzium, it strikes me that he is a bit of a pugilist as far as, get a little punchy in your conversation before. So you can feel free to draw whatever conclusion you like, Dr. Greyback. You don't get a read whatsoever. It's a human.
Yep.
You know, your impression is no different than what you saw. Sindaith or Selena, what do you guys say, if anything?
Yeah, I'll wander up and I'll say, good afternoon, sir. And you seem to have a very well-armored friend.
And
I'll smile at both of them.
Sure. The knight looks down at you and smiles. Are the rest of you following Selena's lead and heading over?
Sindath is.
Okay.
Yeah, Gravik is too. He's keeping an eye on Warzium. I'm assuming the other two didn't notice Warzium's reaction? Or
Selena did.
Selena did, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Gravik's trying to stay at least slightly ahead of Warzium, which is hard because if Warzium's, walking fast, that means Gravik's more or less running. But
yeah.
Warzium's not going to compete with you for arrival time. He's looking at the man warily and, is ready for something to befall.
Okay.
Okay. So as you all arrive, the knight looks down. Hello, young lady. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Selena, sir. Nice to meet you.
He gestures. Are you the one that travels with the Witcher, then? And Warzium, you're walking up and into this conversation at this point.
I am, actually. I
Good.
look at him almost like my uncle.
And this must be the dwarf and the elf traveling with you. You had a wizard with you as well, did you not? One with a wolf?
Yeah, that'd be George, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Forgive me. My name is Sir Richard, and it's actually spelled in a Polish way. I'll put it in chat for you. I'm Sir Richard. My lord, the Duke, Duke Victor, sent me and our men to find you. We'd heard troubling rumors of life on the road and wanted to ensure that you did not get yourself lost or have any other dangers befall you. And he bows in kind of it's an effort at a kind of courtly or knightly bow towards you, but this is a guy who did not grow up in the, in, like, say, the courts of Sidaris, like he did Selena.
And I'll do
Definitely
a
bit of a bumpkin.
deliberately clumsy curtsy to him.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, sir.
He seems pleased. He seems amused by it. And to you, young lady, then, I hear you've had trouble in this village. Or that these good people, and he sort of, grabs Nicholas's shoulder, that they've had trouble.
They have indeed. There's been some kind of monster out there. I think my uncle might be able to shed more light on that. And don't mind him. He's a bit of a grumpy soul.
Well, I suppose I've heard such things, or such said, that the work of a witcher can be quite grim, and to not expect a personality otherwise, eh?
Warzium was counting on and girding and hoping for something was going to happen, and now this guy's all cheery, and it's just like, it's just grinding, it's really, so he's like, and now that Selena's called him out, he was hoping to be quiet in the back, so now he's irritated too. So yes, there's apparently a griffin that is tormenting the village. That
a griffin
requested
in these parts.
Unusual, I give you. It seems to be an unusual one, but information is our study of the situation seems to be lining up that it does seem to be a griffin.
Then, have you a plan?
We do. We do. It's we were going to try to ground it with a net and hit it quickly as it attacked a cow from an area up, and I described the a little better of where it is in relation to the village.
Okay, and he sort of nods as well. I know hunting stag, I know hunting boars. I know nothing of hunting griffins, but if this creature is bedeviling these people, the mines have, or the village has waited for 200 years. There's very little to require your pressing arrival in Arava. Our Lord sent us out to escort you back. If this is the task you must perform before you are able to join us in Rava, then he looks over at the men-at-arms, and they all sort of shrug, and he says, how might we help?
Well, and now it's just complete. It's just Werzium's hatred of the man is a complete shambles now, and
Nicholas says he sort of looks back and forth, and he's seems pleased with this, but then he says, well, my lord, and you see Sir Richard kind of shakes his head at that, like, no, and he says, well, my lord, Werzium also and his companions, they came through the previous. They came across atrocities in the previous village, and at that he sort of looks over and he says, "What does he mean?"
Yes, and were we told what was the name of the village? Were we told by the headman maybe?
I'm sure you were given the name of it.
I'm sure. I'm looking too.
Yeah. I have no earthly idea.
Yeah.
Sort of depopulated at this point anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Here, let's give it a name. Okay, so other village. Let's call it. Here we go.
I have wrecked town.
Lanalor. So he asked you about that. What does he mean?
Lanalor, we came through it and killed to every man, woman, and child. They were all arranged in the town square. They were. It appears to be the work of men and unnatural wolves. We battled a couple of these unnatural wolves while we were there. They're a werewolf of sort. Like as a man, they turned back into human form after we killed them.
That is, and the village are they all dead? Are you certain?
Fairly certain. Total loss, I'm afraid. We didn't go house to house, but it was death throughout. Covered with birds. Very odd.
Was there any sign that any escaped? Any survivors who may have fled to the woods?
Not that we made notice of, but we didn't. That wasn't something we were specifically looking for. I will grant you.
We saw no signs afterwards.
No.
How long did you remain?
Kevin, it wasn't.
We were there a few hours, and we came in along the road, and then we left along the road. So
I think you guys sort of left shortly after the scrap for fear of anything else coming.
Yes, we didn't stay a day. we saw what we felt there was to see. We were set upon by some of the village's attackers, and who were quite dangerous, could be quite dangerous in numbers, and felt that more would probably come if we stayed. So we did not stay longer.
Selena and Sindaith, you can, because of your great rolls from before, you can see Sir Richard. There's definitely, in a more modern age, we see there's wheels turning in his head. Like he's got a look of like as if he's trying to mull over a difficult decision. He nods. All right.
We could.
So
Perhaps.
have you heard of?
Ooh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You finish.
Perhaps when we deal with this griffin, and if you, I know we have a job at once again town names.
Duchy of Rava.
Thanks. Says I know Rava awaits. If you deem it of urgency, perhaps we could assist in investigating Lanalor prior to Rava, if you think it appropriate.
This is that Lanalor is, and indeed Midway Village, are outside the purview of the Duke's domains. But my order is charged with protecting those who cannot from the things. In a way, we share some commonalities,
Witcher just can't believe this has gone this wrong. Like this, he's gonna fight this guy. It's just this guy just won't stop with this.
He says if there are survivors in that village, we were charged by the Duke to escort you back, and I would not leave these people without protection. You are right to prioritize. I feel the Griffin, if it is a matter that you can deal with, but if there are survivors, you may not be familiar with our lands, Witcher, but the thing you learn is if you cannot fight, you run and hide. And if there are any survivors, or those that require our rights in the north may be strange to those of you from the south, or he looks over at the elf and dwarf elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Perhaps there is more we can offer even to those who have departed.
Survivors might also be useful to ascertain what happened as well, to see what can be done about...
He takes that breadcrumb you threw him, and he's like, yes, that's true. That's true. Then, again, Sindaith and Selena, you got... it seems as if this person is torn between... obligations and what he wants to do, which is not uncommon with, those who have sworn to conduct themselves by a specific code of conduct. Whereas this is lost on you, I think. But Selena, you have, your family would have had sworn swords to you, and, you would likely, as a child, would have heard many oaths sworn over, that sword and that bond and whatnot. And you know that when those things come into conflict, which often is the case. Absolutes rarely make for easy actual life living. You would probably recognize that this guy's having difficulty. You know, it seems like he wants to go and try and help these people, but he has also sworn to escort you guys. And now he said he'd offer his help with the Griffin. So you may find himself that he's in a position where he cannot, with honor, do something that he feels that he is obliged to do. He's also a testament to why you don't swear oaths, because who wants to live with that much torment all the time? My goodness.
Right. Yeah.
Too many oaths. Too many oaths.
Yeah.
Well,
So, Selena, you were going to say something before, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Selena? If you
No. I guess we could deal with the Griffin and then maybe go and see if there are any survivors.
I think you would know, like, if there's a delay, you don't know that the Griffin's going to be, it's not on a deadline. You're hoping it'll show up, but it's not guaranteed to be here every night. You would know, Selena, as someone who has fled for their life, every single day, every single night is a struggle.
So maybe we should deal with that first and just tell the villagers to keep out of the fields for a day or two while we head south.
Or if we think both groups could do that, then, in other words, if we think we can handle the Griffin, we don't need help. I mean, Dr. Gravik would love to have extra help. He always seems to need it.
It rubs his head.
Yeah. But if we think we can handle the Griffin with our plan, then, the way they can help us, and he looks at the knights, is to search for survivors who can tell us what happened there.
But he can't go and look for survivors, right? Because he's either got to help us with the Griffin or take us to.
Well,
That's what he thinks.
escort us.
If he's given leave.
Yeah, he asked us how he could help. So
Okay.
if we think we can handle the Griffin, and Gravik's discussing this and looking at Werzium as well, they can go and help us by exploring the village.
Werzium's not sure what all the fuss is about and ignores it.
Okay.
Certain that it's unimportant. And he says, well, good. We'll deal with the Griffin and then reevaluate. Is there ale around here? And starts towards the where we're staying.
Okay. So then again, Selena, you would be aware if what you're doing is focusing on the Griffin here and then going down to look for it, it is every night will be more unlikely that you will find survivors. I don't think you guys turned your mind to the possibility.
We may as well not bother going back after that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So perhaps Selena says that as well.
Yeah.
So Selena, that definitely does not, he's not given the leave to do anything yet, but there is a uncomfortable silence that falls among Sir Richard and his men when you say that. And whereas you sort of stop, I think, as you're stepping away. It seems like this, your young companion has all sorts of knives to stick in you.
Because there doesn't seem a rush about this Griffin.
Werzium feels a little better because now it gives him reason to be irritated with Sir Richard and all this nonsense. Like, I think we just made a plan. What are we doing? Like why are we not drinking? Why
am I sober?
Yeah, exactly. Is there a reason I'm still sober right now? And I'm not Why am I not unsuccessfully wenching right now? That's what I want to know.
Yes, unsuccessfully.
Yes.
Practice makes useless.
Werzium looks around in confusion, irritated confusion, says, "What now?" and looks at Selena.
Well, we saw the mess that got left behind, and if there's a few people surviving, maybe we should go help. I've been through massacres before. You probably wouldn't understand what it's like to have a massacred family.
Not on the receiving end.
Worzium is now yearning for the simplicity of the knights weren't here. They were just going to go after a griffin. It was all very straightforward. It was. We all knew what was going on. Worzium says, whatever. And looks at the knight, and like, what are we? What are we doing here? And it looks at Selena.
And Greyback says, well, if there are wounded, and, he glances at Selena because he's been thinking about this too, and then another night is not good for them. And I think I would be more helped there than here.
So Sir Richard sort of looks and he says, forgive me, you propose to ride there tonight?
Worzium's lost. He just looks at looks at the doctor and Selena like, this is your show.
How far away is it, Kev, again?
It would be most of the day's ride. So you'd be riding all through the night if that's the case.
Okay.
Well then, Sir Richard, can you lead the way?
He looks and he says, you would have, but these people though.
Yeah.
Well, if they stay in the village and don't go into the fields, then they should be fine.
Yeah, the griffin hadn't attacked inside the wall, right, Kevin? Is that correct?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the griffin has not attacked the village inside the wall. So presumably if they stay inside the wall, that pattern will hold. And I think it's a reasonable presumption.
Then Sir Richard says, then you have mounts.
No, we keeps us strong, Age says weakly.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are small.
My men, we know these roads well, and our steeds are familiar with them, though not at night. And we have traveled all day. Perhaps if at first light we ride. It looks... I have sworn to the Duke, or have been ordered by the Duke, to accompany you to the village. But I have sworn to Creve, to the Forefather, to protect those who would be preyed upon.
Yes. That's fine, says Worzium awkwardly. We can first light then. First light?
Mm-hmm.
With, and he looks over at his allies. With the greatest of respect, sir, I fear you may slow us down.
Well, I don't know if we can...
He steps forward towards you, Worzium, and says, I trust that this griffin matter, you have this well in hand?
I don't know if I'd say well in hand, but they're wicked creatures, but...
At that, there's a bunch of people in town are like, wait, what did he say? He doesn't have this?
But we will take it down or die trying.
And again, kind of like, what did he just say? Did he say he's going to die? Sir Richard looks and or leans in and says, then, if you can prevent yourself from doing the latter, at least for a day, then my duty will be discharged, or the order given to me by my lord and by the Duke will not be violated. But if you will attend to this griffin and await our return with whatever survivors we may find, then I may satisfy both that task which I have been charged with and my oath.
I suppose if there's ale involved.
I have nothing to do with that, sir.
Right.
Nicholas says, I may. Why don't... And he says, if you have your plan, the plan you've explained, how... So with... he bows down to Sir Richard, which clearly makes him a bit uncomfortable. He says, from what you've planned, Wersium, what role might they play in your plan anyway?
Well, the plan is to ground the creature and attack with everything we have. So if we have more swords, it would be a more ferocious first attack.
And he hits the plate on Sir Richard's shoulder. He says, you think this hidden well? Did you think this hidden easily?
Well, it depends on what kind of fight it becomes, but
the fight only comes if it comes, no? If you cannot hide them.
Well, they'd have to hide farther away, but they couldn't. Perhaps they'd be precluded from the initial assault because they wouldn't be able to be close enough.
Gravik,
in any case, go ahead, Doctor.
Gravik sees this kind of equivocating, and he says, "Why don't I think we can take this thing? We've taken something horrific from beneath the ice." And he's kind of maybe noticing that some of the townspeople aren't too, are maybe losing a little bit of confidence. He says, "We took something horrific from beneath the ice by ourselves. I think we can handle it. And if these knights want to help us, checking on the village is probably the best thing for them to do. That seems in their wheelhouse."
Wersium's amused by the doctor's sudden courage. Well, I don't know how Sir Richard can fulfill his duke's orders from Lanelorn regarding us, which I thought was the issue. But if you can't help, you can't help. It's fine.
So with that, no, he looks a little offended now, and he says, no, then if you require our assistance, then we will stay. And he takes that as satisfying the matter. So he says, then he looks to the men, disembark, we will be staying.
Well, so I will say, Sir Richard, that now Wersium hates that he has to feel badly or is supposed to feel badly or something like this. So he says, waiting really is fine, particularly a day. If you're going to go and try to find survivors, I don't think anything's going to happen inside the walls. And given that the headman here has heard the whole conversation, he understands the delay. I will be drinking. And if you want to go look for survivors, it is perfectly satisfactory.
He looks back.
Perfectly, sir.
He's not as friendly as he was. He says, then, I will do as you say. He turns and nods to Selena, nods to Nicholas, and he says, we stay the night, we to his men. We ride at first dawn. They all sort of, nod at one another. There's a bit of muttering. Clearly they didn't, that long on the road was not, the last thing they wanted was to have a hard ride first thing tomorrow morning. It also says a lot about him that they feel comfortable enough to be able to do some, grumbling without without fear of repercussion. So they begin, stabling as much as they can their mounts, and Nicholas steps forward to you. Says, "Then that a bit of luck, then." Yes.
Yes.
How
Yes.
did preparations go today?
Good. And he claps him on the shoulder and walks to where he thinks Ale is.
Okay. There's not really, again, this place is too small for really a proper a tavern. Well, it's probably some place that everyone sits around, like a common area that everyone's sitting around, and that's where you're most likely to find Ale. So Werzium walks off. What do the rest of you guys do?
And Werzium's just trying to stop talking. Like he just wants a cessation of...
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, we do need to get the cow meat, right? If we're going to do this tonight. Or was the plan to have a full... I don't think the plan was to have an actual live cow, right? Or was it...
Oh no, I think it was supposed to be live.
Okay.
I mean, it's a natural predator. I mean, I'm sure if you had meat or something it would probably work, but I think a live animal works best. And I think that's what we had decided.
Okay. The previous, the guy that we had seen who tried to catch the thing before, was that, I can't remember, was that like, did he have, do we feel like he had a live cow there, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So we need to get the cow. We need to bring it back. Probably within the next couple of hours, he said. Until Gravik says, "Where's him? Maybe go have some ale, and we'll have the cow ready to come with us."
I think Werzium walked away already. So,
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Him gone.
Yeah. Okay.
What do the rest of you guys say? Anything?
Yeah, it looks for the rest of them. It says, should we go get the cow and just have it tethered for us to take out there? Is our the town leader
Nicholas.
Nicholas? Is Nicholas still around?
Yeah.
Here? Yeah. So Gravik goes up to him and he says, "So we're all ready to go except for the cow." And he says, "Do you have a preference as to what we take as bait?"
We will supply. We'll have it ready for when. Do you intend tonight then to set the bait?
He looks at the others and said, "I think that was the plan, yes. Or do we want to spend the day?"
I'm trying to remember. I think that's when most of the attacks happened.
Yeah.
All at night, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nocturnal.
Well, yeah, I knew we were going to do it at night, but whether or not it was going to be this night.
This was another unusual thing that Werzium had noted about griffins too, is they're not nocturnal, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Why don't we let Werzium get a bit of ale, feel a little bit better, and then we'll head on off back with the cow.
Okay. Selena or Sindaith?
No.
Okay. So
I'll
what is the
follow.
plan then, guys?
Let's see. Well, when you rejoin me, I guess I will say that. Well, I told Sir Richard that waiting a day would not cause any trouble because it has not attacked within the walls. So I told him I'd be drinking while he's rescuing and fulfilling his hundreds of oaths, and we'd be here, and so that he could be here to fulfill his orders to his duke. So I think the plan was to wait.
What, we
They're
go
leaving
tonight?
tomorrow
Because
morning.
he's not leaving till the morning, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a night ahead.
Oh, I see. That he be here, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, they're leaving in the morning, so.
So we could defeat the Griffin and then join him in the morning.
That's true. He doesn't. I guess he doesn't want us unmounted unless we were able to get some
we were
kind of
slowing down.
horses. But yes, in theory, I don't know if the town would lend us some. But in any case, he seems to be able to handle the rescue job on his own. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could go tonight, I suppose. Well,
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
inform. Go ahead. Yes.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll inform Sir Richard that that tonight seems reasonable since he's still here. You know, whether he participates or not.
So what is your plan for... your plan is you've dug a pit that fits the four of you, and you've got a contraption for a net that's going to drop on this griffin, right? Or going to pull up this griffin. How do you plan on incorporating the knights with this plan, if you intend to? You have no place for them to hide thus far.
Do they have any ranged weapons on them?
Yep.
That we can see. Yeah. I think. I mean, them being able to hide, they just have to be farther away. So
remember what the woods are like here as well, and it will be night.
So they're not going to do much with ranged weapons, I guess.
Very little to do with ranged weapons. It may be challenging unless they've got torches to be able to locate where people are. And humans out there in the woods may also prove tempting targets. The hunter did that as well, right? The hunter was taken by this thing in addition to the griffin. So if you wish to incorporate him, he's happy to do so, but having them just standing in the woods, like they're not serving as bait.
The idea would be to hide them, but it would not be as difficult as long as it was farther away and they could pick an optimal spot to be undercover, was my thinking. And that it's possible also, I mean, they're not going to be on the front line. It's possible the Griffin's on fire, in which case bow shots would be easy to, for example. So it depends on how the battle goes, but...
Right, but okay, help me understand how you plan on getting them from hiding somewhere in the woods to joining you guys. Are they all together? Are they separated out? They are definitely capable warriors, but their subtlety is not their strong suit.
Or we simply have to have them that we can call out. Is there any way we can get a horn or something like that? And that they know roughly where we are. And they hide in the woods. And
how would you notify them to be... I mean, I don't doubt the fire from Syndice Magic would definitely be one way to try and locate, but...
Yeah, I think... Syndice, is that probably what you would lead with, is your fire, you think?
Yeah.
So that could be the signal. That should stand out nicely, and especially if it catches fire would be particularly, but even if not, and at that point, they could, at that point, just get within bow shot range.
So Sir Richard asks, well, what prevents the Griffin from coming for us then?
Oh, nothing prevents it from coming from any of us. I mean, that's part of the
well,
risk.
No, because you guys have a concealed position dug into the ground with camouflage on top.
So we will prepare a position that is hidden for you but farther away, so it'll be easier to conceal you than us who are working at being so close to the prey. So we will not burden be burdened with that. So you'll be farther away, able to be in a thicket of some kind that we do not have that advantage because we're trying to be right next to the, as close as possible to the lure.
Yeah, but I don't know that we have time to do that tonight.
Yeah.
Or we just do without Sir Richard and let them have a sleep while we go and deal with this.
Well, then I guess he will not fulfill his orders to his Duke, as long as that's fine with him.
His orders to his Duke are not to help you do a job that you're being paid for that's other than the duty, this is him saying this, than the task that you've been charged by the Duke.
Okay. My understanding was he was trying to keep us alive to get there. So if his, I mean, Werzium's confused by the entire thing. So he goes, so if the orders are different, I have no idea. And
the orders aren't the matter. What is your plan here? Is your none of us are witchers.
Well, my 3 companions aren't witchers either, but you put people to use as you can, and in this case, anyone with a ranged weapon could be useful if we are able to conceal you. Again,
at night, in a forest, and none of these guys strike you as fairly stealthy thing. The thing that, yes, there is a cow that's out there. You have already experienced something where the griffin has used people as prey.
Well, he was poor at it, but sure.
Do these guys strike you as better?
100 yards away, yes.
If they're 100 yards away in the forest and the griffin strikes, what value do you think they will be for you?
Yeah,
well,
let them sleep and ready for their job, and
he's happy to help for you, but I mean, he's not going to just have his men, from his perspective, stand around as bait for this.
Well, in the Witcher's opinion, at a distance, we could find a good hiding place, as good as ours, that they would be in no more danger than we would be.
You guys had to dig a pit in order to find a good enough hiding spot. You had to spend all day working on this last time, remember?
But the key was to be so close to the lure, and if you're so much farther away, that's a huge factor. But
not necessarily. You're assuming that the griffin is only going to go for one thing in the woods. The reason you guys were hiding yourself, I understood, was so that you were not targets as well.
Well, that plus that we could be very close to the lure without, tripping the creature's wariness.
So the concern that you would be aware of from your Witcher knowledge and from the experience that you've seen here is that this thing preys on people as well as griffins. So if they are not suitably hidden, then they may very well be prey for the griffin as well.
I mean, if the hiding place is revealed of any of us, and we will all have hiding places, so that's given. So if the hiding place of any of us is revealed, we are all targets. But in any case, the Werzium's kind of done with it.
Well, hold on, but that's different from actually having a hiding place, though, isn't it?
Well, everyone would have one. If we go, we'd have one. So, one way or the other, the night, several hundred yards away would have a hiding place. We'd have a hiding place.
Again, I think you're assuming that there is only one point that the griffin is going to go and hunting to. If they do not have suitable hunting places, remember that griffin snatched that hunter off of the perch, then you don't have only one potential target for them. You have the cow, and then you have these knights hidden off somewhere. So the griffin, if it is coming into the area, may have multiple things. You guys are hidden because of the work that you put in to create your hunter's blind.
Right.
If they don't have that, then they may very well be just targets, the same way that that poorly hidden hunter was.
We'll see him in the morning.
So is that the plan then, to not have them come out?
Werzium.
Sure, I'm not trying to. I want to make sure you understand. Your character would understand this. You've seen the circumstances. It's been 2 weeks since we played last time. You know that one of the things has been snatched out. These guys may be helpful combatants with it, but if they're not properly hidden from this thing, then they may be snatched out of all you're doing is feeding them a bunch of knights.
I understand.
Okay.
So I think
see him in the morning.
Yep. Well, I think the plan is that they will go out to the village in the morning, and that will take care of this at night. If for some reason maybe the because that's important for the people in the village who might be survivors. If they if they can come back within the next day or 2 days, and the Griffin still hasn't shown up, then we can implement a more baked plan, as it were, where we dig a trench for them.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
Like if you had time to conceal them the way that you guys are going to be concealed for this, then there is only the one. It's as you suggested, where there's only the one viable target for the Griffin to come for.
Right. But we can't do that and help the people in the village at the same time. And so I think the idea would be to get them there. If the Griffin doesn't come back, there's no reason why we can't start building the trench the next day. If the Griffin doesn't come tonight, we can start building the trench the next day. And when they come back, there'll be a place for them. Reasonable?
We'll see them in the morning.
Okay.
Says Warzio.
Okay. All right. So then, what I'd like you guys to do is, because you have worked all day on this, why don't you each give us I think it's an endurance check, please.
Gravik was, I guess Gravik was there too, a fair bit helping. He also was scouting me for stuff, but, sorry, trying to pull that.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Character sheets.
Reflective of your vacation.
Yeah, that's a bit of a surprise.
You said endurance check, right?
Yes, please.
Body, there it is.
Okay. So then, Sindaith, would you give us let's see here.
Yeah.
I think a 2d6 roll, please.
All right. It's a good old regular 2d6. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll be down 8 stamina for now, just because of exhaustion.
Okay.
For doing this. All right. Now, I think you guys need some kind of lighting to navigate to get yourself out to the forest at night. So, Sindaith, do you have magic that can assist with that, or you need to get a torch?
I think we're gonna need a torch. Let me just go look real quick. Healing illusion. Dispel magic shelter. Yeah, we're gonna need a torch of some sort.
Okay. Here, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I just muted Robert. He forgot to mute himself. Okay, so if you guys have a torch, you guys collect your supplies and you head out to the ambush spot, leaving them behind. Whereas you have had an opportunity to avail yourself of some of the town's beverages as well. And it seems that from your endurance roll, that has fortified you. So, you guys take your position and extinguish your torch and wait. Would you, let's see here, would Selena, give us a D10 roll, please. The evening passes uncomfortably, full of a lot of mooing, but otherwise uneventfully.
Well, shit.
The dawn comes, and you find that this creature, the Griffin, has not come yet. So, with dawn, you guys all get out of your trench. Oh! What do you guys intend on doing?
Warzio just goes about starting to gather things. You know, it was part of the deal. So he's getting ready to go back to town. So he's just gathering up what you need to carry back, and you have to bring the cow back, and
Okay.
just quietly going about his business.
Sindaith or Selena?
Yep, I guess we're on night shift, so
Okay.
go back to the... Yep.
And you're bringing your cow back as well?
Yeah, I was fixing to say we probably need to take the cow back with us.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to take
Okay.
that back. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So morning comes, and as the other cattle are being brought out from the town, you guys are arriving back in town. Sir Richard and his men have already left for the day. But you sort of flop down where the where you guys had been. The town sort of collects and drinks near the tree, perhaps. And breakfast is brought to you, and there will be beds ready for you to sleep as well. I'm picturing you guys are also, taking off what I think maybe Wurzim is the only one who wears armor. Is that right?
It's not like heavy metal armor, but I mean.
Heavy metal. Yeah. You don't have Eddie on it?
Yeah, Witcher, not Dark Master.
Yeah. Robert, I needed you too when you stepped away. So you turn you. Okay. Well, what did you say, Robert? Oh, you're still muted in. Remember, it's in Zoom is how we record our calls, Robert. So that's where I've muted you.
There
Yeah.
it is. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Gravik, he doesn't have any armor, but maybe he takes to wearing a cooking pot for all the good it'll do him.
Okay. So you guys are taking all of this stuff off, and as you're eating your breakfast, you can see there's one of the men walks up to you, Wurzium, and sort of hits with the toe of of his boot kicking your armor, and he says, "Why don't you get that reinforced?"
This is one of the armsmen, Kevin?
It's one of the townsfolk.
Oh. I look at the man. Does he have soot on him by chance?
He's got. He has the look of any of them. He's dirty. He looks tired.
Splendid idea, I say. I'm sure you're correct.
He looks at you and says, "What an offering." He's asking, "Why don't you get it reinforced?"
Do you do such a thing?
He shrugs. We're a town. What has cattle? Town what has cattle? Got leather.
How much would you charge?
He looks at you and kind of, begins to grin. And here Nicholas from over, he says, "Be no charge. We got plenty of fire hardened leather around here. If you want your armor reinforced, we could take care of that while you sleep. I assumed you didn't do so only because of weight or something." That's a polite way of saying he didn't think you were too poor to do it. But what they've got is, because they are a cattle herding, if you guys look on page 90 of the armor enhancements, you can add on, and I think each of, at least Wurzium's armor for certain, double check and see how many enhancement slots your armor has. But they can offer you hardened leather, which will give you resistance to bludgeoning, resistance to slashing, and +2 to your stopping power, and make it fire resistant. Resistance is half damage after you apply the stopping power.
I think, the Witcher instinctively wonders what the catch is and says, that would be fine. I accept.
So very briefly wonders what the catch is and then bites onto the hook.
Yeah.
I see your deal, sir, and I believe I've taken it already.
Yeah.
So while you guys sleep, you can add now. For those of you sent out, what armor are you wearing?
Hey, that's what I'm reading up. I don't think it's. The enhancement slots, what is that? AE?
I believe
Armor enhancements.
Yeah.
Let me look. Yeah, armor enhancement. Yeah, I don't think I have any enhancement slots on any of my armor. Just let me double check.
Okay.
It's enough to help protect me. No, actually, my torso, Gambison, could.
What kind of Gambison is
That'd
it?
be it. It's a double woven Gambison. It says it's got one slot.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be the one. I don't think any of the other armor, the legs and head stuff.
So then, and I mean, words, I think you've got a double woven Gambison as well.
Yes.
So that would give you. So the stopping power would go up to 10 for the torso, and you would have bludgeoning and slashing resistance and fire resistance.
Ooh. All right.
Dr. Gravik, do you wear any armor?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So for the pot.
He's trying to get money to actually get armor.
What they'll give you, I think, is the archer's hood.
Okay.
So you can, if you need something to replace your pot, they will grant you an archer's or verdant archer's hood.
Okay.
It only grants you 3 stopping power, but it also could be augmented.
Okay.
So I would give a total stopping power of 5.
Okay.
What about you, Selena? Do you wear any armor?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So then, is there anything else you guys wish to do during the day?
And Gravik makes sure to whoever gives that to him or whatnot is thank you incredibly.
They nod.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, unless there's anything else you guys wish to do during the day, you guys will all retire for the evening. And Sindaith. Do you recall what you dreamed of last time?
Yeah, because I had it like twice, right? I'd had one dream, and I didn't say anything to anybody, and then I had a second one that was almost like was it like a continuation?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember any particulars of it?
Yeah, now I'm trying to remember the particulars.
They are so fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
Wings, I believe, right?
That was... No, that was something else. Never mind.
Guys, internet high five. We're going to take a break in a moment, but I just settled a pain in the ass file. I just heard from Planet of Council on, so boom, boom, yes.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Yep, love it. So, do you remember any particulars?
I don't remember any of the details because I'm getting it confused with the actual town that we
So
went
here's
to.
what I'll refresh your memory. And you jump in if any of this prompts you. You were in a dark and subterranean area. You had limited view of what you could see around you, and you could hear something off in the darkness. The flapping of many wings and the rustling of feathers.
Okay.
Tonight, you have the same dream. So you find yourself standing, and somehow you can see some distance around you. Perhaps there's a glow coming from your staff. Perhaps there is a torch burning in your hand. There is wet stone around you. You can hear the sound of many tiny clawed feet on stone, the rustling of feathers, the flapping of wings, as many in the flock relocate themselves. You think of the sound of a large square in that big village, town that you were in before, where the pigeons would, or the other seagulls perhaps, would collect. That odd murmur that a large group of birds has. And you can hear them. But then you see, off in the distance, and from the way the light is cast, maybe down a tunnel or a passageway. It's quite wide. You can see another torch. There's a figure holding it aloft, but you cannot make out what Who is that? They seem to be coming in your direction. And that's when you're awoken by the kids. Now, we blew past our midway point. Why don't we take our mid-session break right now, guys? And then we'll pick up and see how a second night of hunting goes on the second night. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily. All right. Okay. There we go. Sindaith, in spite of your fitful dream... Oh, Matthew, thank you so much. Matthew very generously kicked in some cash for us today. Thank you, Matthew. That's much appreciated. We're slowly figuring out what what everyone's gonna be getting for Christmas this year, thanks to our generous donors and the folks who put up with our ads. So yeah, that's gonna definitely go to some player treats. Let's see. Sindaith, in spite of your sleep, or in spite of your dream, you do manage to recover your fatigue. You are, I think, a little. Good. Those of you, you're a little sore from yesterday's exertions. So as you guys are up, I think you're probably, maybe late afternoon. We'll wait till we make a decision for what to do till Robert gets back. But you guys get up and you're able to get some breakfast in you. What is the plan for today? And this is some outstanding role playing from James. What do you guys plan on doing today? Your armor is ready. While you slept, they were able to get all the enhancements put on.
Excellent. I don't know if I can't think of anything that we would need to do today.
That reminds me of something I fucked up last time too. Because I was reading The Witcher quite a bit last weekend. So you don't actually have. I said last time that I think Witchers have all the recipes. That's not right. You have a list of ones that you select, and then you have to sort of get more in play.
Okay.
Because it expressly says on the gear that you have for, what is it here? 2 oil formulae, 2 potion formulae, and a decoction formulae. So I don't know if you've made that selection thus far, but that's what you'll want to make sure you got in mind. So that it's something else to keep an eye out for. And Robert, one thing we had established last time that there was a kind of like a wise woman in the village. You may be able to explore with her to see what other recipes she has. So you may get some formulae for other, other concoctions. Okay. Great. Just to keep you, because that's one of the ways to supply you with stuff is to have access to those things. So that's definitely a resource you can go to. What do you guys wish to do today, apart from trying on your new armor, make sure everything fits?
So has Sir Richard and his crew headed off, or
they left? Yeah, they rode out just at the break of first light.
Where were we, Doctor, on the oils that we'd?
I think we made one. I think we were able to make only one.
Was it hybrid oil?
Hybrid oil, yeah.
Okay.
So one coating for the blade. No, I think we had 2.
Yeah, we had 2 doses, and I think you put one on each sword.
One on each sword, yeah, that's right. Because I was going to give one. Yeah. Yep.
I think that was the plan. Yeah, because the arrows would be a one-shot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where we were there. So I guess we have a couple options. Grava could always talk to the wise woman. The other thing would be digging the second ditch so that it's ready to go if the other... I mean, it might be wasted work if the griffin comes tonight and they don't come back.
I think you may also not have sufficient time for that because you think of this way: you spent all day yesterday working manual labor for it, and then you spent all night in that ditch.
Yeah.
So you probably have to catch up on your sleep. You've probably lost most of the day.
Okay. Yeah. True. So I think Dr. Bravik would probably go and talk to the wise woman and see if she has any recipes that he might be interested in. I'll go ahead and look at that and maybe make a list of a couple that I'd be interested in.
Okay.
And
I'll post in on Discord what you find.
okay, great. And she, is there anyone here that would purchase alchemical ingredients? I mean, like, would she likely purchase it? I'm guessing nothing too expensive.
I think she's more likely to trade.
Trade, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like if you've got something, and let me see, I can't remember how the selling stuff works. Is it 1/10 of the cost or half the cost?
Probably.
So like if you have I think there is a skill called business, isn't there?
Yeah, which he has
Or trade
two
or something
in,
like that.
actually. Yep. He does have two in that. And it's called business.
It is called business? I thought so. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all he would be doing.
At base 10, you can manage a basic lemonade stand. So is that saying that kids either have really fucking high intelligence or kids have really high business scores?
Yeah.
That seems
What about
unlikely.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
At base 20, you are a master of business, capable of running not just a business, but a mercantile empire.
that seems like a way too small range between those two things.
Yeah. At 10, you're at a lemonade stand. At 20, you're Jeff Bezos. So there's no in between. Well, technically there is an in between. 16, you can run a successful business that's probably run businesses in the past that rarely makes mistakes. Okay, unfortunately, it gives nothing apart from that color stuff. Doesn't tell us about buying and selling gear. So let's take a look at the equipment section. Welcome to the shop. Thanks, Rodolphe.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need to go into that here because I think that's what we could also do offline.
It is, but it's one of those things we can look up now and then we'll know.
Sure.
Selling goods. Here we go. So if you make a business skill against the merchant's resist coercion. On a success at DC, you get 100% of the... you get half, so 100% of half of the listed price. And then that goes up till if you, the better your roll. I'm on page 71. The better your roll, if you roll 10 above their resist coercion, you get full market price for it.
Okay. Okay, got it.
This is my backdoor of making this just basically a Masters of Orion campaign now. Guys
Oh, I
run
thought we
around.
were going to do Traveler. I'm sorry. My bad.
So then, so that's what you could do, Robert. If you've got anything you wish to trade, you could try and make, do a little bit of haggling. You could definitely trade, like, look at the values of the formulae. Mm-hmm. Those, I bet you could get one for one, like a gold crown for gold crown for that. If you're trading in some stuff to get access to those things. So any of the common ones are definitely available here. If it's any of the more rare or unusual ones, then we'll let us know which ones you might be interested in, and include the ones from the source material or the bonus material too. That the red stuff. The stuff.
Now, when you say more common, are you talking for the formula? Do you mean like the alchemy difficulty check, or do you mean like novice?
No, the ones that say
journeyman,
C.
master?
Like it'll tell you what.
Those are for the components, yeah.
No, the
for
formula should have listings as well.
Page 146 is what I'm looking on.
Okay, let's see here.
They have three different levels. They have novice, journeyman, and master formula with alchemy difficulty checks.
Okay, hold on.
146.
Okay, crafting designs. Here we go.
Oh.
Crafting diagrams. So your alchemy diagrams start on go. The formulae are on page 140. Yeah, like you say, 146.
Yeah.
Does it say?
No, I think the common and whatnot, I think that just refers to the...
Well, it refers to all other stuff in the game.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah. Like it's that's what's used to determine the availability for stuff. I think what I'll say is novice will be, unless there's some reason to think otherwise, novice will be everywhere, journeyman will be common, and master will be poor.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and then, yeah, because that way I want you to be able to get a hold of them. So that means basically anything that is a novice or journeyman formulae, you can find.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right, then. Is there anything else you guys wish to do in town before setting out for this evening's hunt?
Don't think so. Not for me.
No?
I don't think there's
Need to go
anything.
shopping in Temeria, not here.
Okay. All right. So then you guys once again set out for Night in the Woods with your cow.
Yes.
Intrude.
There we go. Oh, you know, I think I've got a better woods at night. Oopsies. What's going on here? Thing we can use. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Somebody has not set the defaults on this.
What?
I know. Madison, come on.
Outrageous.
You have one job, buddy. One job. There we go.
By the way, how many feathers do you think is on a griffin?
How many feathers?
Yeah.
I think
Because I'm looking at the cost. It's like 148 per griffin feather. It's like,
this is Gravex retirement plan.
yeah,
That's what I was fixing to say. Yeah, thinking about his 401k.
I'm done.
Counting chickens, hatched.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Let's see here.
Gravik might discover that very closely when he's in their nest by himself.
So the dwarf's got a little armor, and suddenly he's all good to go.
Oh, that's actually.
This is for all of us. This is not just for me.
We're all going to get rich here.
Right.
This
I'm not
is.
the thief.
Gravek is going to be the originator of the concept of the multi-level marketing thing in the continent.
Yep.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. Sorry. There we go. All right, so here we go. We're going to head on over to this here. Put your tokens down. Each of you on either side here. And I think we need to...
Damn, the thing's going to be on fire.
Now, let's also switch over to something a little more ominous. Oop.
That can't possibly mean the griffin will attack tonight.
That's what I want. No, that's not what I want. Well, good enough. Okay, so Sean, would you mind giving us a D10 roll, please? Now, would you each kindly give us awareness checks?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Gravek has fallen asleep.
No, Gravik's busy calculating.
Yeah, he's counting feathers.
Minus 4,000 for the fire.
And then I'll buy a boat, and then I'll buy a second house, and then I'll buy my own laboratory.
Yeah. So it is Selena and Sindaith once again. You can hear something flies overhead. And then you hear a strange trilling sound. And what I need to ask is... Here's what I want. No. God dang, I need to go back in and update the... what do you call it? The audio for this one. What I would ask is that you each give us a... Let's see here. I think it's a resist magic. You know, you've been itching to get a tick next to that Warzium, so...
Indeed.
Yeah, each give us a resist magic check, please. Nice.
Resist magic is under
willpower.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah. Oh!
Holy crap, man! You're having a night
Holy
like
smokes!
When Gravik has problems, he really has problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Warzium. So then, Sindaith, what you hear that strange trilling sound, and you look and see that this cow who has been kind of continually mooing seems to have stopped and is just standing rigid. And that is when
all hell breaks loose.
there is a crashing of one or two... Let me get rid of this here. Leaves. And then something pounces down upon it. Huge black furred griffin.
No feathers. Unlucky.
Yeah, it's bald. 100% bald. It's like a Siamese cat.
The dwarf says, no!
Here's the thing. As this thing crashes down, what you do is you look over at your, at your colleagues. Every one of them, their eyes are jet black. As if their pupils perhaps had expanded beyond the limits of the iris, or something else has befallen them. Every one of them stands just wrapped, ensorcelled by that sonic cry. Now, let me get a token set up here. And then we will jump into ye old scrap.
Earplugs. We needed earplugs.
Okay, and Huba. Okay. There we go. And is it... Yeah. Oh, man. The bars are displaying in the wrong place. My goodness.
Oh, that's not good.
The wheels are all off here. My gosh. Okay, so this thing lands and rock. Now, the trap that you set up, it was to spring once it landed, right? It wasn't something you needed to manually throw? Okay. Right. So let me make a dodge check for this thing to try and get out of it. Who is the one who wants to make the crafting check for us for the trap?
Not it.
I think Gravik might be the one with the best crafting.
I was going to say, I would think he's got the best.
Yeah, and it would be crafting, and what's the skill here? Trap crafting, I guess.
He actually doesn't have any crafting skill.
That's fine. In this game, you're able to try. Okay. Oh, your craft skill is not great, or your craft ability?
No, my crafting is 0.
Oh, so probably not you.
Yeah.
Who wants to make the roll for the trap crafting?
Or sorry, craft is 10. Sorry.
Yeah, your skill is...
Yeah.
So
your base is a 10?
Total.
Okay.
My base is 10.
Is anyone better than 10?
Nope.
Ooh, no.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and give us a roll.
You know what? I can throw a luck on this?
You absolutely can.
4.
Okay. 19. Okay. So the DC is going to be 19 for this thing. I have a dodge of 7 and a dex of 10. So I got plus 17 to this. I need to roll a 2 or higher. Let's see. Here we go. I rolled a 10.
Okay.
So this thing, now the cow rolled a 1. So this thing hits, and you can hear the squeal of the cow. Your trap begins pulling this thing up. But what the griffin manages to do is sort of twist and throw itself out. So the cow is caught in this thing, but the griffin is now just aloft right above the trap. Now, let's roll some initiative. And those of you who are ensorcelled, you will be able to act. You're going to be able to try and escape and shake off this enchantment.
Okay.
Each round.
And I'll be asking you if you think heliotrope would be able to be used. It's a professional skill.
Heliotrope. What does it do?
Let's see. It's when I don't think there's a way for me to put it in chat. When a witcher is targeted by a spell, invocation, or hex, they can roll heliotrope to attempt to negate the effects. They must roll.
Oh, let's see here. Do you have training in that already?
I do not, but I have 5 or greater in the prior skill, which lets you
In magic
use it at
source?
0.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, magical source. Yeah. So, in fact, the only way I can raise heliotrope is to try to use it, and you can only start using it when magical source gets to 5 or greater.
Yeah, so why don't we do this? Let's. Why don't you give us a heliotrope roll? Because you would have been able to do that at the same time as this. So it's plus 0, just your base will, I guess.
All right. And can I use
Luck? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
It is very, source material accurate for you to shake off this thing at the last second, thanks to your Witcher training. That is actually good enough. Yeah, that's so you do need to spend half a stamina spent to cast some magic. So this would have been you're going to use 5 stamina for this to shake it off. Okay. So you shake this thing off, and your eyes, the blackness that was in them shakes themselves free. So you will be able to act this round, and you can see this thing is now free of the thing. Go ahead and everyone click on your token and click on initiative.
I couldn't remember if we had to click on the token.
Always, yeah. Unfortunately, with Roll20, unless they've made a change to it.
Roll20 thing?
Yeah, like they did actually just this week implement some new token changes that allow for a lot easier for customization of tokens that are set to character sheets. So that might work now, but yeah. I'm so used to saying it at this point that
right.
Yeah. All right. So for this thing, initiative is. Where are you? All right. I'm going to give us a little. I'm going to go to this one's going out to Dave. If Dave was putting requests in here. There we go. This is one of Dave's. This is the Droon's signature piece. So there we go. A little more up tempo for the scrap with the Griffin.
Yeah.
All right, and then the initiative for this. Where's my second one? I'm just found my first printing book by having it open for criticals. Okay.
Nice.
This is. Here we go. Combat. 1d10 plus reflexes. All right. So I did not roll 14 is what I'm acting on.
Damn.
Okay. So, Selena. Once again, you are up first. What are you doing? Oh shit! You're gonna try and shake this thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Give us another resist magic check, please. Now you could have spent luck on that as well, I guess, but
that's true.
Shit.
Oh well.
Okay, so Selena still is standing wrapped, completely ensorcelled by this thing. This then, would you each give us a give us a stealth check, or if you've got a replacement skill that would benefit it, give that, and I'm going to give you, I think, a plus 5 for your terrain. I want to know who rolls the worst for this, because this thing's going to try and find what's responsible. Hi, Skravek.
We're adding 5?
Adding 5 to it, yeah, for the efforts that you guys made.
Don't kill the mage.
So, Sindai, that does not include the plus 5?
Yeah, I was just fixed. I was like, oh, I didn't put the plus 5.
No problem. Okay, so that's what I know. So it's 19. All right, so 19 is what I'm rolling against to try and sense where you are.
Roll a 2.
Hey, yeah, really. Or a 1, so you start subtracting from it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah. All right, here we go. Ooh, yeah, feral. I love that it's neat because they've got a feature in the game where, like, awareness is an intelligence thing, but for animals, they have what's called feral, which you give a score that replaces intelligence for the purpose of skills like awareness or survival. It's cool stuff. Cool stuff. And I rolled a total of 22.
Shit.
So it knows where you are. And
it only knows where Sindaith is, right?
tasty elf. Exactly.
Selena's pointing at the mage, like over there.
And this thing, I think, is gonna start making a swoop around. That's what it'll do this round. So it is out of line of sight right now. Sindaith, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast a spell.
Nice. As a mage? Shocking.
I know, shocking.
Which one are you casting?
Dispel.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. All right, so what does it do here? End a spell within range. To cancel a magic potion, you spend half as many stamina and beat their spellcasting roll. Okay, so let me tell you what it's going to be a 15 is what you need to beat with your spellcasting, and it'll be 5 stamina.
Okay.
And who are you casting? Does it do everything or only one?
Yeah.
It says ends a spell within range, so whatever that spell is that's affecting it.
Yeah, I think it'll be each individual person then. So who are you targeting first with this?
Let's see. Yeah, let's start with Selena, I suppose, because she's still under the effects. I know.
So go ahead and click on your spellcasting.
Ooh.
Boom, Selena, your eyes return to normal.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay. All right. And then, do you wish to spend 3 points to take another action? 3 stamina.
Yeah, because Gravik's still under the effects of it too, isn't he? So that would put me at 37. So yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then we will do it again.
Yeah. So DC 15.
I wonder if I can click on that again. Oh, I can. Yeah, cool. And then I need to put that's an extra action, right?
Yeah, it'll be 3 stamina to take the extra action.
Yeah.
And then it'll be whatever the cast, and then a 5. So it'll be 8 in total for that. You would have spent 5 to resist the first, 3 for the second, so 13 you spent this round. Nice, yeah, and it's gone. It's Greyback. You also are freed from this.
And
Okay.
it starts recalculating. 5 times.
Yeah, he was counting on his thumbs, right? 4, 5, and then go.
No, he's sitting over there. He's taking his shoes off, so he can't.
So you both Selena and Gravek, with a gesture of Sindaith, he sort of like, and it dispels the magic on both of them, and so you're suddenly back in, and all you can hear now is the screeching. The net is up, and you can hear the horrific mewling of that cattle. Or that cow, and you're where's Ian? What are you doing?
What's its approximate range? It's a long way off, right?
You can't see it right now, unless you're going to spend it. It's taken off and broken line of sight. You could make an awareness check to try and spot it, but that will be an action.
I will make a sign and create a shield. The Quinn,
nice.
The shield, yes.
Excellent. It's double protection equal.
I will put.
Do you want me to give you a green bar for your Quinn? For that?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. What's the most you can get in it?
5 health points per point of stamina spent.
And your maximum stamina you can spend on a spell is. What's your threshold?
My vigor, right? My vigor.
Yeah.
Is let's see here. Lost track of my vigor.
I know it's a little higher because you've been taking that magical source.
Yeah, it started at 2, and then at half of my magical for every 2 points of which it has in magical source. I have 6, so it's 3, so it's 5.
5.
I have a max of 5, so 25.
25.
So I'll put 5 in. For 5 times 5 is 25.
Okay, so I put the bar at a maximum of 25, and you can just fill it in for whatever thing is appropriate. Okay, so yeah, this shield appears around you, and Dr. Gravek, you have recovered from that round. So, what do you wish to do?
I think he's going to try to spot it with awareness. Just get an idea where it could possibly be.
All right. Give us an awareness check, please.
Yep, just did. 19.
Nice. Yeah, you can see it. It's about, let's see here. It can. It is about 15 meters away, just to the south of you guys. It seems to be circling around, coming in to try and pounce.
Okay. He basically says there, and now he's going to use 3 stamina to try to. How far away is it?
15 meters. Still 15 meters.
15. Okay, sorry. 45. Okay. So he's going to try to take a shot with the crossbow.
Sure.
So he's going to go down the.
So it's going to have some cover just because of the trees and the intervening what do you call it, stuff.
Okay, the range says 50 on it.
Yep, so then 50. Okay, so we're back with sorry for those listening at home. 50, that means this is less than a quarter of the range, more than a quarter but less than a half, so your DC is a 20.
Okay. Not going to use any luck on this.
Okay.
So.
And then it'll be with the cover, I think, another, let's say 22.
Okay. Here's my. Oh, that's on this page. Inventory.
Okay.
Can I click on a second? Okay. Nope.
So that didn't roll your attack. That was just damage.
Oh. Where's the. Oh, attack is on the skills. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry. It's been a while since we've been in combat. Reflexes, dexterity, crossbow. There it is.
Okay. So unleash your bolt and holy shit!
God.
Nice shot! Holy smokes, Dr. Gravek!
Wow.
That is a huge crit on that. So hold on, you get you rolled damage already, so we'll take that. But...
You know, you just got to trigger Gravek's greed, and he goes crazy.
Sees those feathers, and it's just like
feather, 2 feathers, 3 feathers.
But he said fur. He was like,
So
no,
plus
that's
10 damage. So this thing takes 21 points of damage. less its armor. So 21. Let me think here. There we go. But you also get to roll a deadly critical on this thing because you beat it by 15. Give us a 2d6 roll, please.
Okay.
That's amazing.
21 didn't move that bar much.
4.
Yeah, I know.
Whack! So you hit this thing right in one of its claws, and its claw ring is loose. You hit it right in the forelimb, and you have rendered it useless, and it is bleeding.
Nice.
So nice shot, Dr. Gravak. Holy shit! All right, so then top of the round, Selena. What are you doing? You have recovered now.
I have recovered. And that... Sorry, I should check that thing. The distance is... Oh, no, I need to spot it, don't I? Or...
You need to roll... no, because Dr. Greyback spent his turn pointing it out.
Okay, so...
15 meters is how much for your throne? Is that more than 2 times the listed range?
Yes. My apologies. Where is it?
Does it not have space on the character sheet to list that stuff?
No, I thought I had it, indeed. Oh god, come on. Throwing knife. So, body times 4. So, my range is 24.
24. Okay, so then same thing as before. It's less than the long range. 24. That means 12. 12 is half. So it's actually long range. So it'll be 25 plus 2 is 27 to hit this thing. But as Dr. Greyback has proven, this is why they put 10s on these dice.
Right.
Again, that's a...
Oh, crikey.
Damage? Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the...
Nope, you got to roll the attack first. Although I like your optimism. I think you have to roll on the skill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Same thing I did.
Okay.
That's a...
So one of your knives
Knife
goes
into nowhere.
flying off. Okay. Do you wish to take another action?
No, I'm just going to draw my stiletto at this point.
All right, so then this thing, now it's going to complete its charge. First is bleeding, so I think it takes 2 points of damage. Where's my DM screen? Or my, what do you call it, troubadour screen? Oh, right here.
Even Gravix rolls up until now, that was...
That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That is one of the cool things about the crit system is like when Selena got to stab that werewolf in the eye.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, Greyback crippling a griffin. All right, so then this thing will arc in, and then it's coming in on you, Sindythe. You want to defend against this?
Yeah, what is defense?
So you could dodge, or you could parry.
Yeah, parry's not a good idea, I don't think. Just saying.
All right, so I'll roll my attack. I'll tell you what you're rolling against.
Okay.
So, because first defense is free. I got an 8 plus 17. So I got a 25. 21 is what you're gonna be defending against, as this thing is coming in on you.
Yeah, this probably won't end well. And I can spin luck. So
I
yeah,
looked
let's
at
go
the
ahead
book.
and do
I looked up for it, and when you were scratching, Sean, you had your hand off screen. This the way it looked with where you've got your Witcher thing. It looked like the Witcher was scratching your head. So yes, you can spend luck on this, Sindythe.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn it all because I don't have a good feeling about this.
Okay.
Nope. 7. There we go.
Oh, nice. So just barely get out of the way, and this thing hits the ground. It shreds that bit of camouflage that you guys had above you. And then, let's hear. Gravek and Werzium, would you each give us a D10 roll. Whoever rolls lowest is going to be subject to this next attack. Greyback, you seem to be the lucky recipient of all. So this thing then it looks over and tries to grab you with its giant maw or beak, not maw. So beaking it up here, we've got. I'm assuming you're defending against this.
Yeah, dodge.
Dodge, you got it. All right, so the difficulty you're going to roll is a 21 to dodge.
Except my character sheet is not. There it is.
Okay, so and again, you can spend luck if you like.
I can. He's already spent 4 of his 5, so
Okay.
I'd rather save it.
Okay, go ahead and give us a. Oh no!
No.
So it beat you. I did not crit on you, so there's that bit of good news. Or wait, did I? How much do I need to crit? Is it 5 or is it 7? I need to beat it by 7. So, all right. So you are not doesn't get a critical hit, but would you, Gravik? Would you give us a percentile roll, please?
Okay.
You are not bleeding.
Okay.
But let's
Nice.
see. And hit location. Let's see if that skull cap of yours is coming in handy. This is to your left arm.
Okay.
So you will only take half damage from this.
Okay.
But let's see here. I don't think. Do you have any armor on your arm?
No.
I mean, it's in the name, Doctor. Come on. Okay. This will be half. You take 14 points of damage.
Okay.
As this tears, rakes along your arm. And then that is the end of the Griffin's turn. It is right next to you. Sindaith, what are you doing?
So now it's within range.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Anye, burn this baby.
Okay. Go ahead. It is going to... So roll your spellcasting roll.
Yep.
It's going to try and dodge this. My dodge, I got a plus 17 to this. So you need to beat my 21. There you go! Beautiful. So 14 points of damage, and then give us a percentile roll for burning.
Burn, baby, burn. Oh, I got to move this. The way they've got the new initiative thing, it's like an overlay. And when I go to try and get the dice... Oh,
No, not burning. Is it easier? Is that easier there? Where the initiative is?
Oh, no, no, it's on my end. Like, it's independent on my end.
Got it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I just had to move it out of the way.
Okay, perfect. All right, so unfortunately, you sort of catch this thing, but the heat, the majority of the heat sort of sprays off into the side. Do you want to take another action?
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea.
Okay. So it would be 5 and 3 more. Okay, I have to make another dodge on this. Let's see here. So my dodge was a 20 on the nose. Oh! Didn't like getting burned that first time. So another 8 stamina for that second round.
Okay.
All right, and then it is Werzium's turn. What are you doing, Werzium?
So I haven't quite found how long it takes to apply oil. I want to say it's a round. Do you happen to remember?
I think it's an action. Yeah, I think it's just an action to pour it on there, but you would need a free hand then too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that means one of your one of your swords would be out. You could pour this on there as an action.
Are we?
And then you can spend 3 stamina and take another action if you like.
Do you think we have both? We have our weapons drawn. We're playing.
I think you have
right?
at least one drawn. Yeah, that would be a cautious thing. And the nature of the spell effect didn't cause you to drop anything. So.
Right on. I will. I'll apply it to my Witcher sword.
Okay.
And then I guess and then I'll buy another action, I suppose.
Yep. So spend 3 stamina. I have to spend another. Hold on, I got to count down my stamina here. Also do another defense, and this actually now I'm going to make you something I don't think we've used yet, which is athletics to defend, because it's going to actually give way. It's going to flap its wings and try and get some distance from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So I'll roll and just tell you what you're rolling against for your attack. Fuck, I rolled 10. 18 plus 17 is I got a 35. You can't spend luck on this. So go ahead, where is you?
let's see. I guess I will make a strong strike.
Hold up, I think just so I... Oh, strong strike, okay. So that's -3 to hit then, isn't it?
It is... I think it is... Fast strikes would be the... I guess the... I never use these because I'm always doing joint attacks.
Yeah.
I guess fast strikes is the alternative. Sure. I'll do a fast strike.
Okay.
So, go...
It's going to be 35. Come on, 10s.
Go...
Filling out your taxes.
I totally am. It's asking for a second attack location, which I did not expect. I never use fast strikes. I wasn't. Let's see.
Nice.
My accountant hit me with something.
Exactly.
Odd.
What do you mean I've got a file in Bermuda?
Wait,
Jeez.
what? I've never filed that form before.
Oh, I think if you're not doing any second hit location, if you're not targeting anything, then I think it's a no modifier.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this works out correctly.
Okay.
See, I'm not sure why.
All right. Oh, okay. So the first one misses, and let me see here. I'm just going to read the defense once again because here we go. Reposition, ducking and rolling out of the way you can dodge. Athletics roll, and you move distance equal to half your speed in any direction that is not blocked. So this thing is actually able to move 9 meters back. So you swing the first one, and it flaps back with a very lucky maneuver, and it's just out of range for that second attack.
Okay.
Okay. Then it is... Robert, are you still there? I've actually lost your image in Roll20.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can, yeah.
Okay. I'll refresh.
Okay, and then Greybeck, it is your turn next. What are you doing?
He's going to load his bolt, and then he's going to fire the bolt.
Okay.
So that's going to be another 3 stamina.
You got it.
And
this thing, it can defend. I have to spend another thing to dodge. So now it can dodge you.
Okay.
Okay. Oh!
Fumbled or too high?
No, I fumbled, and then I rolled a 10. So it's -10, and then I rolled a 1, so I got -11. This is a 16 to hit this thing.
Okay. Well, let's see how it goes. Basic roll.
Crits
Come on, another massive crit.
Yeah, these are just wild. All right, so it's a hit. Oh, but you rolled athletics.
Oh, no, I hit the wrong one. So it should have added 6 more to it, but I'll re-roll if you want me to.
Fortunately, if you roll the wrong thing, you got to re-roll.
Yep. And maybe this will...
Crossbows. All right, so that is a hit, though. But no crit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, I really wish there was a single button to do all of that, because going from one screen to the next is annoying. But
it should be on the first screen.
I think there is. I haven't done a melee attack.
Yeah.
To test it out yet.
Minus its armor. Okay. So this one seems a little less impressive than the last shot. It does hit it, but this thing is... Yeah. All right. Then I believe that's the end of the round. Top of the round. Selena, what are you doing?
I think I will try and sneak around behind it.
Sure.
So if I'll spend my whole thing just trying to be as
You got it.
unaware as possible.
Give us a stealth check. Let's see how...
I'll use a couple of luck as well, just for good
Sure.
luck.
Seems like a prudent plan. 20. Nice. Is that including your luck spend?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Exactly. And she's going to fly off to our Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign, where they all had griffins until they all recently got blown up. Then it is... is that it for Selena?
Yeah, well, unless I can actually get behind and actually attack it. Otherwise, I'll wait for next round.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, seems 9.
I'll just make sure I'm in best position and spend the whole turn.
What's your movement?
My movement is... My run's 30.
30? Okay, so I think you can move 10. If you're sneaking, you probably can only move half that. So I guess 15 meters. That's pretty good. This thing's only 9 back. So yeah, I think you're in a good position. I don't know if you could run in and attack it this round.
No, that's fine. I'll get ready to move in.
Okay. Now this thing first, it's going to bleed, motherfucker. Then it is going to. Oh boy, I think it wants to charge once again. So it's going to take to the air and fly back and kind of wind its way. Oh, you know what it'll do actually? It's just going to fly up. And it does that pulsing sound again. Will each of you give us a resist magic check?
Oh, that sucks.
You warn us about this, Witcher.
Well, I'll use another.
I like the grousing in the trenches when it all.
So it's a 15 is what you need to resist this.
All right.
And you get to make a resist, and then you get to make your heliotrope.
Okay.
Yeah. Selena, you're good this time.
Yeah, I used 2 luck as well.
Oh, nice. Oh, where's him? But give us your heliotrope roll.
Yeah.
Dr. Greyback. Feathers. You're basically pulling out like a reverse Scrooge McDuck. Instead of diving into coins, it's a dwarf diving into a pile of feathers.
Yeah.
I'll spend my rest of my luck
On your heliotrope?
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay, so Werzium
brutal.
is once again ensorcelled, but Selena has disappeared, and Sindaith, you are free. So Sindaith, this thing is now 18 meters in the air, and it's your turn. What are you doing?
That's too far away. I can't cast a spell. And I don't have anything else really to hit it with. So Werzium is under the effects of the...
Yeah, I think if you look to the side, you can see they're once again kind of Werzium and Greyback are both, their eyes are perfectly black.
Let's get Werzium with it.
Okay. Okay, so give us a spellcasting roll against, that'll be 5 stamina. Yes, and he's free.
Who's done the only critical hit on this thing?
Yeah. Yeah, really? Greyback? Who's the real Witcher?
Well, he's due for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Captain Phillips references are too dated at this point, but Greyback's like, I'm the Witcher now.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend 3 to take another action?
No, because I'm running low on stamina.
Okay. Then it is Werzium, you are free from this effect once again. What are you doing? You sort of blink and you realize this thing is 18 meters in the air.
18, that is quite a bit. That is outside all of my magic ranges, and...
Do you know that knights have a special ability to target in melee 18 meters away? I'm kidding.
You know, the mage is complaining. Yeah, you know, it's going around. It's going around. So what about... I have a question for you, as long as I'm looking for things. The circle that I can create, what is the height of the circle? So in other words, you know, would it be useful at all here? My Yarden.
I suspect
Yarden.
not. Let me just let me look at it though before I make a ruling.
Page 114.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
114. All right. The circle is which one? Cain?
Yarden, that first one. That,
Yarden. Okay.
Basic signs Yarden.
I love that we're a bunch of adults saying these just nonsense words.
Yeah.
Is it Cain or Yarden? Okay. All right. Creates a large magical circle on the ground around you. Anything that steps into the circle. So it does seem to be connected to the ground.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, at best, it's a 3 meter radius. So at best, the height would probably be 3 meters if there's a dome above it.
So I mean, I understand. I told you, I wasn't thinking that it would work now, but I mean, if I created it and it came at me, would it be useful?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Like if it was in the circle, then it's definitely affected by this ability.
Right on.
Oh man, the axe is 8 meters too.
Yeah, it's out of range. I mean, all my stuff's pretty Short range.
Dr. Greyback is muttering in his sleep. It's medium range for me. It's medium range for me.
I will. So I'm going to. Yeah, my stamina's getting a little low too, but I will go ahead and create the circle.
Okay. Oh, let's just quickly. Isn't there? Where is it here? Isn't there like a catch your breath action as well?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be coming up. That'll be in consideration soon.
Okay. Take a recovery. So full round action, you gain stamina back equal to your recovery stat.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will cast that. Takes a penalty SPD equal to 1+1 for every 2 points of stamina spent. So I will spend 4 stamina on this.
What is the duration of your shield?
The shield is 10 rounds or until exhausted.
Okay. So we've been going for three rounds, I think, since the shield was cast. So just bear that in mind. Okay. Then
and then I'm going to do a second action.
Okay. So 3 stamina. Yep.
Yep. And I'm going to draw my other sword.
Nice. All right.
it.
You are ready. Then Greyback, give us another resist magic roll.
Yep.
Come on. 15.
Come on. Resist.
Yeah, big money.
Oh.
Feathers. Selena, you're up next. What are you doing?
Now this thing's still up in the air, right?
Yeah, it's 18 meters up in the air right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to be scuttling around as surreptitiously as I can, trying to be behind and underneath it.
Okay.
I know it's a bit of a moving target, but there you go.
No, that's fine. You try and judge. Oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you give us an awareness check? And let's see here. It'll be... Let's set the difficulty at 20. It's going to be tricky if you... There you go. Look at that. So yeah, I think you're going to be able to judge. So where it lands, if it pounces on your allies once again, you will be within enough movement to be able to try and get up and sneak attack him.
Good.
Okay. Then it is its turn. All right. So it suffers bleeding once again, and then it's not on fire.
Nope. Not yet.
We need to fix that.
I'm working on it. Y'all quit failing your saves and we'll get...
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Greyback, because you're affected by it. You're the easy prey.
Yep.
So it swoops down and then pounces on Dr. Greyback. Let's see. Yeah, that's a hit. So, Dr. Greyback, on a hit location, this will be important. This is, because you do have potentially some armor. Is your head the only thing that's armored?
Yes.
Okay, so let's hopefully not hit the head then. This is the torso, so it's full damage here.
Yep. I don't think it matters really, given because
You have some luck left, right?
I got one. Yeah. I'm saving it just for this event.
Okay.
There you go.
So, let's see here. I could roll quite poorly.
Yeah.
I did not.
No.
So,
Wow.
35 points of damage as this thing plunges down into your chest. It sinks the one good claw into Dr. Greyback. Now, remind us again, how does it work with you spending luck to avoid dying?
I don't know exactly because you were the one who mentioned it.
Okay, let's see here.
So, because it's not a rule in the game, so.
Isn't it?
No. It's something you wanted added.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So let's see here.
And I think the idea was I would lose.
Oh, yeah, this is what we talked about last time Dr. Greyback died.
Yeah.
So I think you can, it's not that you can spend the point, isn't it, that you can give up a permanent point of your luck in order to avoid, so you don't need to. All right, so then
Well, I think it was both having luck to spend or no, but maybe...
No, you don't need to have it. If you're giving up a permanent, that's much more than enough of a sacrifice for this. So, Dr. Greyback, all right, so you are at minus... let's say you spend the point, the permanent point of luck to keep yourself at 0.
Okay.
Okay. I will roll a critical on you, though. Give us a 2d6 roll, please.
Okay.
By me, I mean you. You're going to roll it on yourself. And
D6.
let's see here.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh,
2. Oh. Okay.
I am not doing good with the I had one good roll.
Well, I
was-
think
it
it's
was a
bleeding
little
out
bit
on
like-
account of you.
Yeah,
So there is that.
30 rounds from now, it should drop.
Okay.
yeah, it's too good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so 2 would be... Let's see here. Dismembered leg.
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh,
So you are bleeding, but we'll let your point spend to get away from that. Quarter your speed, dodge and escape, and athletics. So it is forgive me, it hit you in the torso, but it grabbed hold of your leg, apparently.
Yep.
Yeesh. All right, then it is... so Sindaith is next to him. Sindaith, you want to dodge this beak?
Yeah, if it's gonna attack me, I definitely need to dodge.
All right, your dodge is going to be going against a 23.
Oh, shit, it's worth rolling, but I don't have any hope.
Well, you do if you roll 10s.
Yeah.
Beautiful! Look at that! Holy
Holy
smokes! So this big thing's beak snaps at you again, and you're easily able to stumble back in this trench somehow. Sindaith, you're up next. What are you doing?
Let's see here. So this thing's once again beside me,
Yep.
within range. So I'm gonna try and set this bastard on fire one more time.
Okay. Here we go. It's going to try and dodge you. So its dodge was a
Combat
13,
rolls.
23. Yep, hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and
There
roll
you
percentage
go.
for fire.
Now catch on fire.
Burn, you sucker. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And burning does. Whoop. Fire, here we go. 5 points of damage to every body location. Armor soaks the damage, but fire does 1 point of damage to armor each turn. To put out the fire, you must take a turn to either pour water on yourself or stop, drop, and roll. Okay. So, yeah, this thing is ablaze now. You want to spend stamina, take a second action?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't feel confident enough in the difficulty. So.
Okay. Then it is Werzium's turn. You got 2 swords out and 2 allies in trouble.
Time to do the, I'm at my default now, which is good. So to do the my joint attack.
Joint attack. Okay. I'll make my 2. I need to spend, let's see here, 1 stamina, take a second defense. Then it is, I don't know if it's net, I mean, we haven't played the game, I think, long enough to it, but I'm not sure it's really necessary to have stamina for adversaries, because I can't, I can't spend them for extra actions. So the big thing you normally, unless you're a spellcaster, really kind of rarely comes into play. So,
Interesting.
yeah. Anyway, so let's see here. Your difficulty for your first one is, oh boy. First one's going to be a 10.
Whoa.
Second one, I rolled a 1. Second one is going to be a 19. So 10 and 19. Go ahead and make your attacks.
All right. Filling out my form.
Nice.
Yeah.
My
It
dependence.
sounds like
something
grossly
grossly
battles.
huge, please.
We have some wizard school deductions here as well. So 10 and 19. Look at that.
29.
Oh boy.
Go.
That is, let's see here. The first one is a deadly critical, so plus 10 damage. Second one is a complex critical. So once you roll damage for the first one first,
Okay.
plus 10 damage to this. And
Now,
how much does your
oh.
how much does your
Yeah,
oil add?
Yeah, I was just about to say +5.
Plus 5. That's 20, 30 damage from this. Look at this. Boom!
About time.
And give us a 2d6 roll for the deadly critical.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I got it's got armor. Okay. All right, an 8. An 8, an 8, an 8 is septic shock. The blow damages intestines, letting waste infect the bloodstream. Quarter its stamina, take -3 to intelligence, willpower, reflexes, and dex, and it's poisoned. Holy smokes. Brutal strike. Now go ahead and roll your second one. This one gets plus... let's see here. That is
Ooh, 25.
25. This one does
Another
not get... And a
5.
potential bleed. Go and roll your percentage for bleed.
So it's actually 30, right? Because that one also had the...
No,
No, did not.
only
did
on
not
one of
apply
them.
on that one.
But it does
Didn't
add
get
plus
that done.
5 from the complex crit. So that's another 30, which is minus...
Oof. Oh,
Not
sorry,
quite.
I thought that was damage.
Not quite, okay. So let me think here. 30 minus 8 is 22. Another really big hit on this thing. Then it is... roll your 2d6 for your complex crit. An 8.
I repoisoned it.
Yeah. Broken ribs. -2 body, -1 reflex and dex. So those two, you were just going to town on the interior, on the body of this thing. Holy smokes, Dr. Graybeck is...
I forgot to mention the circle, so I don't think it really matters at this point. But I'll just so we remember it for ongoing.
So it was in 3 meters. It attacked Dr. Graybeck, which is on the edge. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I just assumed you guys are lined up in the trench the way I've got you guys on the screen here.
Yep.
So what I'll do is so then Dr. Graybeck is stable, but quite badly mangled. Selena, you're up.
So I'm going to come in from behind it,
Okay.
where I'd position
You're
myself.
downwind, so it vaguely smells like chicken.
Does it affect it? Those criticals? Does it affect its defense or anything?
Because it will be. Give us a stealth check to move up on this unaware. It does suffer a penalty to its
where's he
intelligence for
hiding?
one of
Where's
those,
he
so
hiding?
it's. You're only going to have to beat a. That's good enough. So it's totally unaware of you, so it does not get to defend. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Right. So I'm going to do that. Ooh, I'll do a strong strike.
That's -3 to hit, then, yeah?
Yeah, -3.
I mean, it'll calculate the -3 if you select strong. Automatically.
Stiletto, a random location, and I'm adding 4 luck.
Okay.
Nice.
Why don't you go ahead and roll? So, does your sneak attack do any extra damage?
No, it's just
Just a feature. Okay, just a
well,
can't defend.
I don't think so. There's nothing special about the knife.
Go ahead and roll your damage, and it's a strong strike, so it does double damage.
Come on.
Okay. 8 points of damage. Selena, why don't you tell us what it looks like as you come out of the shadows and take down this shadow griffin?
Nice.
And I see this. I see the wound that Wurzian's put in. I stuff my stiletto deep in there and then rip it back out.
Yeah. So Wurzian, you don't even know where she was. And she comes out of nowhere, cuts this thing out, and it is down. Guys, we're 1 minute left in the session, and you've taken down this griffin.
It's about time.
So that is all right. Is anyone suffering from any bleeding effect right now?
No.
I don't think so, right? Okay, so then that means we don't need to worry about tracking anything in chat. That griffin is down. A successful hunt.
Oof.
So then,
Feathers, Dr. Grayback. Feathers.
yeah, he's on the ground bleeding out. Look what you've got here. Oh.
Burn the griffin feathers.
Yeah.
Then with that, guys, we'll bring this session to a close. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session, whatever the heck this is, session chapter 7 of the Season of Ravens campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, I'm laughing because I came over here and Dr. Graveback's health bar has disappeared. I don't know if that's portentous of anything. Everyone else's health bar is still here, but Dr. Graveback's is gone.
Oh, yeah.
I think that our doctor continually suffering more and more horrific injuries really makes for a great running gag with this game.
Yeah, by the time the Shadow Demon shows up to claim it, was like, I don't even want you.
You know what? I'm good. It seems that life has gotten to me first. All right. However, before we do our outro, let's talk about XP, guys, because that was a hell of a challenging foe. There was a number of very lucky crits that kept you guys out of the... Like, if Sindythe, if you had not got that successful thing, it's like 7d6 plus 2 damage from that beak.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I knew I needed to stay away from it. I just...
Yeah. No, it is a challenging adversary. That is... I got to say for this game, you guys can tell me if I got this wrong, it does seem like the boss fights in this really live up to their name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a good amount of the time I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm not sure how we're going to pull this off is a pretty common thought. I mean, especially I wasn't really sure but then when the doctor took 10d6, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
That's, you just
because
can't get hit.
10d6 on average will take me out completely in one go.
Well, Sindythe was with that charge that the Griffin's Pounce is just brutal. He was the one who was subject to it the first time, and he lucked out with a really good defense roll as well.
Yeah, in fact, it's almost too bad it didn't hit me because I did have the shield. I kind of forgotten about it, but I would have been in a better spot, a much better spot.
And I would have rolled randomly if you had still been affected by the spell, because it would have knew which one of you guys was in Sorcel. Dr. Graveback was the only one left. It was injured and bleeding, so I just wanted to grab a snack and go.
Sure.
Do Griffins do the Irish goodbye? Because that's what it was trying to do. All right, so then for today's session, guys, in general, so they suggest not giving out more than 6 IP to any one player during a game session unless they do something truly spectacular. So I think, guys, why don't you all take 8 for today? Because that was no joke of an adversary. Then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our latest session of the Season of the Ravens. We will be back in 2 weeks' time with this campaign, and then I'll be on vacation the next session after that. In the interim, as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there's a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and all of us are active there. And, actually, before we get our outro, one thing I'll comment on is just, I was thinking about the timing. Someone had asked before about it seems it's such a clunky combat system. And honestly, the last fight took us about a half hour. And I don't think just because it was a shorter session, we're looking up stuff and we're doing crits and whatnot too. I don't think the drama of and the excitement of the pace of combat is affected by that whatsoever. If this was like D&D where it was lasting 10 rounds or something like that, then maybe there would be something. But when violence is in there, it seems like it has such significant consequence to it that it makes those moments worth kind of relishing.
Yeah.
I think not rolling initiative every round. Just having one initiative roll that makes it faster, just flat out.
Definitely.
That saves time, period, right there.
You can also, I guess that also allows you guys to plan ahead too, right? Like once you get into the swing of initiative, you're able to, you got time to decide before you go in. Yeah. In addition, what I was saying is there's a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and every campaign we run on the channel. And Anna is up now too. Anna says good morning to you all. She couldn't leave bed until she knew you guys were safe. Let's see here. There is also a wide variety of other channels on the Discord server that, including a ton of great people, or with a ton of great people. There's a Find a Group channel over there that has had a couple of groups put together, including James's One Ring ongoing game. There's Sean very helpfully keeps our convention chat or convention update channel active with both online and in-person convention information. So there's tons of great people over there, tons of great conversations. You are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, there is a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. They also, sell new role-playing games, board games, and card games, but my favorite thing about them is their wide selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. I've used that to fill a number of my holes in a number of collections. And they also have a terrific feature called a want list, where if they don't have in the game or the book that you were looking for, or the box set, or whatever it is, you can put it on a want list, and they will send you an email when it comes in. I've used that to fill a number of holes. Some of those were more expensive because they're just more popular games, and some of them were cheaper. Nobody wants to play a Barrent First Edition except for me, maybe Will.
I'm there, brother.
Nice. And that one was pretty cheap to fill, and in comparison, and honestly, like the other stuff is fairly reasonably priced. It's commensurate with what you'd pay on eBay or less, and they have you can rely on the conditions. And if you ever have any issues with it too, I had one. I ordered a copy of the Monster Mythology for second edition, and the copy they send me, they would not have known this. It had a bunch of duplicate pages in it, so the printing was fucked up. So I let them know. I said, hey, it wasn't my. I know it's not your fault, but I'd like to get a replacement for this. And they said no, and they sent me out a free copy, which was in better condition and had the proper pages in it. Didn't ask me to send the other one back too. So I really like Noble Knight, and if you purchase $10 or more through their website, you enter the code MUSINGS and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. We also have a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. For all donations that go through that link, go directly to SOS Children's Villages International to help them do the good work that they do. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. Just goes to help out those kids. And for as small ways of saying thank you, for one, every $25 Canadian that you donate gives you a chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle, which will be in December of 2022. If you want to see what prizes were awarded last time in the raffle, go to the Dungeon Musing Discord server's Charity Initiatives channel, and you'll see all the prizes we gave away, including a bunch of great gaming stuff and a chainmail dice bag and some great prizes from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop. We'll be awarding similar things at the next charity raffle, and every $25 that you donate gives you one chance to win. In addition to that, if you donate since June of 2022, you will be able to vote for shaping our next charity session, which will be happening at the end of November, and we'll be playing a channel favorite, Modifius Entertainment's Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. We'll be doing very similar to what we did last time, where every week we'll have a poll. Donors who have voted or have donated since June to 2022 will be able to vote on that, and they'll shape what kind of session. We did that with our last charity session when we played Eden Studios' awesome All Flesh Must Be Eaten, and it was a lot of fun seeing the donors shape what was going to happen. So we'll do the same thing with that. We might be running a charity session in December as well too. I haven't made a call on that yet, but there may be a chance to shape that one as well. So, chance to shape what's happening in at least one of our sessions on the channel, a chance to win some cool gaming stuff, and a chance to help out some kids who could really use some help. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart hunters for today. So, James, Sean, Will, and Robert, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Congratulations on downing what the core rulebook says is a hard and complex adversary. So well done, guys. Then
we've made it.
You made it. One griffin under your belt. You can scratch that off of your list. In the video game, you'd see a little achievement pop up for you.
Yeah.
So then, for those listening at home, we'll be back in the Northern Reaches to see what happens with our heroes, to see if Dr. Gravek gets to live his lifelong dream of falling asleep on a bed of griffin feathers. And until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are facing in the wilds of the Northern Reaches of the continent. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.